Ray Hall nearly at the end of this line with a tremendous lead. It really eliminates any good racing that we might see.
Looking green this time. Only 6 drivers in today's field, only 6, have won before on temporary courses. And this is, I believe it's the 6th or the 15th temporary road course race. Yeah, the 15th in kart history. There have been 5 at Cleveland, 2 at Las Vegas, 3 at Long Beach. Yeah, 3 at the Meadowlands, 1 at Miami, and now this one.
And the pace car has pulled off the racetrack, and here comes the field out of corner number 11. The green flag is on. The green flag displayed, green light on, and we are racing once again. It's been a long time since these cars were up to speed, but now they stand on the throttle and get going again. Bobby Rahal is in the rear of the field. There he is coming out of that first corner, but is the leader of this race. Emerson Fittipaldi leads the contingent into turn number 3. Behind him is Al Unser Jr. and Michael Andretti, so that's where we're going to see the good racing, it appears.
And it looks like they are getting ready to display the black flag, and if all things unfold the way we've been led to believe it's going to be for Emerson Fittipaldi. Remains to be seen exactly how much this is going to hurt him for sure, because Rahal is only about 20 seconds behind him. He's going to go a lap down to the leader, Bobby Rahal. And I'll tell you, as strong as Gary Ravazzini and crew has had the number 20 car running in recent weeks, that's really a shame that Emmo's going to lose a lap because of an infraction when there was a lot of confusion when a full course yellow came out on Emmo. Knew it was coming,
yes,
and he ducked in.
Didn't even have to have the black flag displayed to him. Emerson Fittipaldi is in the pit area. Here is Jack Arute.
Here's the stop, and there's the go for Emerson Fittipaldi. He's the first of reportedly 2 drivers that will be brought in and assess that penalty. He's back in the mainstream of traffic. We'll have to wait and see if the same will be done to Bobby Rahal further on down the pits.
Out in front of Rahal. Emerson got out in front of Rahal, and I'll tell you, Emerson Fittipaldi is terrific on road courses. We might be in for some thrills.
That's an interesting situation. Now, Rahal reportedly will be also black flag. I did not notice whether or not he was that last time around, but Fittipaldi did make the stop and go penalty, and is back trying to work himself back up to speed. Johnny Rutherford, he's going to the inside of Rutherford right now and passing him. Roy Oboisel right ahead of Fittipaldi now.
Nicky Finoro, the official starter, still has the black flag in his hand, and if Rahal happens to be the next one required to come in, that puts Little Al and Michael in that order, the leaders of this race.
Still watching Fittipaldi.
Waiting for Rahal to come by. Finoro has got the eagle eye out. The black flag has not been displayed as of yet. There is Emerson Fittipaldi, definitely running well within the lead lap.
And we're watching the...
And Rahal likewise came in.
There is Bobby. Let's go to Dan Matheson.
Well, I just talked 30 seconds ago with Steve Horn, the crew chief here, and he was really surprised that his driver had to stop. He said there had been a pass on the pace car, but they did not have, the pace car that is, did not have the lights on. And now here he is at a full stop, keeping the revs up.
They are giving him a 1-minute penalty by the looks of it.
He is not happy at all. But this does explain it now. Emerson's was a stop-and-go penalty. Rahal's is a much longer penalty, so this is going to eliminate Bobby's penalty. Jack Arute?
One entire lap. Get him back on the lap with the rest of the field. Steve Horn is livid about it. He's off and away. Bobby Rahal almost stalled the engine. They played this one very close to the vest. Nobody from CART played their hand and informed anyone that that's what they were going to do. Further down, the Patrick team were visibly upset because they thought it was going to be a simple stop and go for Bobby Rahal. But what CART did to Steve Horn, the True Sports team, and Bobby Rahal, well, they kept the aces down until they brought him into the pits.
Well, now, what determines whether it's a stop-and-go penalty or whether it's a one-lap penalty? If you pass the pace car, you pass the pace car.
Yep, my understanding is, historically speaking, that a blatant passing of the pace car is a one-lap penalty, and that appears to be what was assessed to Bobby. But because the information was not free-flowing, nobody really knew what was coming down. Emerson's problem appeared to be a pit infraction more than really a passing of the pace car. That's my best guess at this point.
Well, in any case, we have a different group of leaders now. it is my understanding that Al Unser Jr. is in the lead right now, with Michael Andretti second, Kevin Kogan third, Danny Sullivan fourth, Roberto Guerrero is fifth. Then comes Moreno, then Mario Andretti, then Fittipaldi, and then Rahal. That's the unofficial standings at this point. Let's go down to Dan Matheson, who has further comments on this scoring situation. Dan?
I just asked Bobby Rahal's crew chief, Steve Horn, if he'd come and talk to us about what just happened, and he just couldn't trust himself to appear on camera. He is livid. He said the kart officials have made a mistake. Black and white, that simple. He says the pace car was not moving, no lights. He's furious here.
Well, it is a big question mark in our minds up here in the booth, but for the moment, Bobby Rahal is back in something like 10th position and trying to catch up.
Well, we are anticipating a stop by Kevin Kogan, by the way, as we are watching Bobby Rahal right now showing in 9th place. There he's moving up on Raul Boesel. Now, Bobby is not a lap down as Kevin Kogan has executed the stop, and we are told that it is a black flag stop and go on Kevin Kogan.
Well,
there goes Emerson Fittipaldi's teammate, Kevin Kogan, out. No, that's not Emo. That is Kevin Kogan, and Kevin Kogan has experienced the same, well, sort of the same malady that befell Emo and Bobby Rahal.
I did not see the black flag. It could have been a stop-and-go penalty, but they did take the opportunity to fill the car up with fuel and to check over the tires. So Kevin Kogan is back out there after also being assessed a stop-and-go penalty.
The one thing that has happened, Bob, with all of this that's going on, everybody's on the same lap. We've got 9 or 10 cars in the lead lap, so they're all running together. It's just that Fittipaldi and Rahal, after doing all that hard work, have to do it again. And there's Roberto Guerrero. The report is that he spun. He's on one of the escape roads. That's at the end of the long backstretch. That's turn number 3. So Roberto is not losing a lap, but losing valuable positions out there. There is Al Unser Jr. I guess he's the leader right now.
He is. One of the nice things about this racetrack is they did provide some excellent runoff areas, and that was one of the real troublesome points there in turn number 3, where Guerrero did get off the course, but was in the runoff area and did not hurt himself or the race car. Now there is Al Unser Jr., who's the leader of the race, and in second spot right now with 59 laps completed is Michael Andretti.
And we keep getting reports that Rahal is moving up. Unofficially, he's moved up to the number 7 position. So Bobby Rahal, with the steam coming out from both earlobes, is on the move and hunting down the leaders. There's Michael Andretti. He is second, and Sullivan, who is running in third.
2, 3, and 4 there, as a matter of fact. Michael, Danny Sullivan, and Roberto Moreno. That's 2, 3, and 4. They're running right together on the racetrack. So, yeah, this yellow period and the stop-and-go penalties and the one-lap penalties that have been assessed have indeed closed up the field and made this a great race.
A little earlier, we commented that Al Unser Jr. was one of only 6 drivers, there's Al, who has won a race on a temporary course. The leader is Mario Andretti, who has won 5 times on temporary courses. Danny Sullivan has won 4, 2 of them in 1986. Bobby Rahal has won once, Michael Andretti once, and Tom Sneeva once, if you count that win at Vegas, that billiard ball win. If you saw the race, you know what I mean. I guess cue ball, perhaps, is a little bit better way of putting it.
Al Unser Jr. is one of only 3 drivers to finish 6 of the 7 events in 1986. And there you can see 2, 3, 4 going through the corner. Running in 5th position is Mario Andretti, and I believe that is Andretti.
In the shot,
yeah, right behind Roberto Moreno.
Another relatively interesting statistic as we look at 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Of those 14 heretofore temporary road courses, if you add up the winners as well as the fast times, it gives you an indication of how some of the individual drivers have adapted to these very tricky and tight temporary courses. If you add up fast time and wins over the years since 1982, Mario Andretti gets 11 with those 5 wins we told you about earlier. By the way, they're getting ready to pass Dominic Dobson, who has painted A.J. Watson's car this week to match his helmet. That's Randy Lanier right in front of the group. Danny Sullivan gets 7 on that competition index on the temporary courses. Heavy traffic right here. Bobby Rahal 3. Michael Andretti, too. Both of them, as we told you, wins this year. And Junior, Sneva, Senior, John Paul Jr., and Kevin Kogan